Guys, it's Kwana back again with another review. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Okay, I am not even 2 hours out of the movie theater. I just got finished watching Jordan Peele's Nope, and I had to run and come and tell you guys about the film. This is going to be a very much non-spoiler review because it is opening weekend, and I want you guys to have the opportunity to go into the film and have realistic expectations, kind of know what to expect, but not have anything spoiled for you. So this is going to be a non-spoiler review. But if you are interested, I am thinking about going live on Monday or Tuesday so that we can actually deep dive and talk about the movie once enough people have had an opportunity to go see it. So if you're interested in doing that, leave me a comment down below and say that you're interested in talking about this movie once you had an opportunity to watch it. But without further ado, let's talk about Nope. All right, so this is Jordan Peele's third major film production, and it stars Daniel Kaluuya, who he worked with, of course, in Get Out, Keke Palmer, Yeun. I love Yeun. Daniel Perea, Michael Wincott, and Keith David. I didn't even know that Keith David was going to be in this movie, so that was a surprise to me because I didn't check IMDb. But yes, Keith David is in this movie as well. And it is basically about a brother and sister who are horse wranglers for a Hollywood horse ranch, and they have some interesting encounters that they have to figure out. That is the short, abbreviated synopsis of the film. Now, if you've seen the posters, you know that we've gotten hints at different things, and by now they have all but spelled it out for us that this film centers around a particular topic. If you don't want to know what this topic was, skip ahead about 30 seconds, okay? In 3, 2, 1. All right, so it's about spaceships, I guess you could say. And that's in the posters. All right, so that's not really so much of a spoiler. I think, first of all, let me just give you the rundown of how I saw this movie. So I saw it by myself. I went by myself today to go see it at 10:30 in the morning. And because I had read a lot of the reviews and watched a lot of the reviews, and I had already been so excited about this once I saw the first trailer and all of the posters and such, I decided that I wanted to go into it having very little expectation. Now, let's be clear, I do love Jordan Peele's work. I enjoyed Get Out. I didn't enjoy Us as much. I enjoyed the concept of Us, but I didn't like some of the acting choices. And I'm going to say that they were some of the acting choices because I loved Lupita Nyong'o in it, but some of the other performances I didn't feel were as strong. I went into this with no expectations, and one of the things that I decided to do was, because Jordan Peele is known for having these horror films with underlying deeper political, socio-political meaning, I didn't want to go into the movie with that in my mind, because I do feel like that's when we're watching what I term, and probably it's out there, other people probably call it as well, but since I'm an English teacher who teaches film, I call it literary cinema. Whenever you are watching something that is literary cinema, meaning that this person makes cinema that they expect to win acclaim, win awards, they're making cinema that pushes things to the edge, that tries to do the best that cinema can do. A lot of times when we see that, especially in this day and age, we're always trying to dissect it for a deeper meaning. I decided I wanted to watch this without going into it with any of those ideals in mind. And I think it really helped because I absolutely loved this movie. The theater that I was in was an IMAX theater, but because it was 10:30 in the morning, there were maybe 15 people in there, maybe 20 at best, but I don't even think it was that many. And it seemed like everybody in the movie enjoyed the movie. The people who were sitting close to me, in proximity to me, they all seemed like they enjoyed the movie as well. It was funny. There were a lot of funny moments. There were some jump scares. I definitely was saying nope a whole lot. Like, nope, run, person, run. I was saying that. So I definitely think that those things helped. More importantly, I think that people aren't talking about is this idea that what Jordan Peele is doing is, we're used to horror films and psychological thrillers that rush us to the jump scares, that rush us to the encounters with the big bad. This felt like a very carefully drafted drama at the beginning of the film, in that we're with these characters and we're getting to know these characters and their relationship in a way that I don't think you get in most horror films. Like, I really felt like I wanted these characters to win and be successful, aside from the supernatural elements that may or may not be present in the film. Like, I wanted their real life worldly issues to be resolved, because I really cared about the characters as they were presented to me on screen. And I thought that that was so smart, and something that I don't think we get a lot of. The film has about a 2 hour and 11-minute runtime. Some people have said that they felt at the beginning dragged a bit, but because I was so invested in the characters and I wasn't looking for it to be a Wes Craven or a John Carpenter, like, I wanted to see how things were going to unfold, I did not mind the slower pace at the beginning where it was building up the characters. Acting. Keke Palmer acted her tail off in this movie. This is by far, I think, since the days of Akilah and the Bee, the best Keke Palmer film I've seen. She's done, Keke Palmer, Booked and Busy. She has been in a lot of roles that maybe were in lower quality films, a lot of independent films. And she stays booked and busy, so I don't knock her. She was phenomenal in this. I can't get into deeper details about how I felt about the character and how maybe the character transformed over time. Let me just say, I thought she was phenomenal. Daniel Kaluuya was really good in this. He's one of these actors that I go back and forth with about movies that I love him in and movies that I think he's good in. He's solid. He's a solid actor all the time. He's going to give you a solid performance all the time. But I remember the first thing I ever saw him in was Black Mirror, the Black Mirror episode 15 Million Merits. I think that was the very first thing I ever saw him in. And he is giving that level of work. I think actually this is a stronger performance than him than Get Out. I felt like Get Out carried a lot on the premise. And while the acting was good, he wasn't really as integral to that role, in my opinion. That's no shade to him. I feel like Get Out was one of those movies that it could have worked with a lot of other people in the role and it would have been as successful. This is a movie where I feel like I don't know that it would have been as successful without him. And that, I think, is a credit to him. Daniel Perea was a breath of fresh air in this. I really enjoyed his character when he showed up on screen. Steven's role wasn't as big as I would have liked it to have been, but it's Steven. Steven doesn't have a bad acting bone in his body. And he was a very intriguing character. He wasn't as much in the film as I would have liked, but he was still good. The score. Michael Abels, I think that's his name, Michael Abels does the score for the film. And it was, again, he's done great work with Jordan Peele before. Top tier level. I hope that they get some nominations for scoring this. The score was really good. The cinematography. When we talk about filming Black people in nighttime sequences, they did such a good job. And it was intentional times when Daniel Kaluuya was so immersed in darkness that his skin looked so dark and you could see the whites of his eyes, and it was so empowering, but you could still see his face. And I mean, it was amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Like, I never felt like he was lost in the film at all. The cinematography was amazing. I recommend seeing it in IMAX if you can. I don't know what the clarity will be in standard. But guys, this was a film I would definitely watch it again. I'm going to definitely give this a 10 for 10 A rating. This was an A performance, an A showing from Jordan Peele. There are people who don't like it. I genuinely think that the people who don't like it, it's because they were looking for it to have deeper meanings. And I'm not saying those deeper meanings aren't there. I just don't think that that was the point. Jordan Peele himself said the point was the spectacle. The point was movies, going to the cinema again, enjoying the experience, laughing, crying, shouting at the screen. That was what this movie was about. I was satisfied at the end. I think you can't go into this wanting to know everything, wanting to know all of the loose threads and things like that. Don't go into this movie expecting everything to be answered. Everything's not important that you see. Some of it's just there to add to the spectacle, and some things are important, but also the spectacle, in my opinion, trumps a lot of the deeper meaning in this. But we'll get all into the deeper meaning, what I think things meant, what things I more specifically enjoyed in the performances and in the film on that live. So if you're interested in that live, please come back. Please let me know if you're interested. I will make sure that I announce via video when we have that, and I'll make sure that I tag that to the end of this video. But for now, definitely go see Nope. You will enjoy it. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch my review of Persuasion, that's going to be posted over here. And also another horror flick that I think you might enjoy is going to be posted on the right-hand side of the screen. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Toodles.